Once you run the program, any design you've modeled, any system you have modeled, whether it's a service station or a manufacturing plant, the easiest way to do is to compare results rather than having to go through the program and change every item at a time and then report or record the result on a piece of paper. Process analyzer, it could run so many scenarios, different values of resources. Like for example, in one case you could have 2 employees, in other you have 3, 4, 5, 6, or number of beds in a hospital, or number of employees behind the counter, number of checkout in a supermarket. So you could have any number of scenarios you would want, you would favor, and then you could compare the result of all the running without having to go through the program and change one at a time. So the first step is just to run the program. Okay, the very easy step is to run the program as you see here. The simulation has run. I would like to see the result. No. And then so you stop the program and you go into process analyzer, or you could access the process analyzer from my computer in the Arena folder. So this is the first step. Okay, and I need to remind you, process analyzer, it assists in the evaluation of alternatives by the execution of different simulation model scenarios. Okay, so the first step is the following. So we have to create a new project, and this goes by creating or clicking on the new. Okay, and so you have here the name, scenario properties, name, program files, a number of replication completed. Okay, so the next step would be, okay, so we have to create a scenario. So we have to click in the designated area. Okay, so we double click here. Okay, insert scenarios. So this is the first one, but we have to insert the program, the one so we have to insert scenarios, and it's that easy. We just double click on the designated area as we see here. So this is scenario 1. You could change the name, and we need the file the same as the file you considered .p. So movie theater design .p. Okay, and this one only obtained when you is only obtained when you run the program in Arena software. Okay, so we do, okay, I'm gonna spread this a little bit so it will be easier to see. And this is a number of replication, and this is okay, so this is the first step. The second step is to add controls. We right click here, insert controls. We click on the plus here to see the available resources from the program. So we're gonna consider all 3 of them, and we have to redo this. Okay, insert control, and this is the ticket area. So those are the value considered in the system as resources. The one we have is 212, and I need to remind you 212 is literally the number here as capacity. Okay, the next step will be to add response. Okay, in the system we have to add the response, which is a user specified. So we have either the system, which is our resource, waiting time, queuing time. So what we need to do here, we have to add the user specified one, okay, which is the net profit, and we add another one, a response, which is number leaving line, as you would see it here. So we have 2 of them. You could response properties saying you need 3 decimal point, and here response properties you could change it as many as you want. And I need to remind you those values are on averages. Okay, so this is the scenario 1, 212. We're gonna duplicate this scenario and duplicate the scenario, but of course it's better to change those names. And you could here just ascending them, descending them in name order. So here I'll give you an example saying the ticket data you have 232. So I'm gonna put this as a small example to 3, and we're gonna consider this to 4 as a different value, and we're gonna run the program. Whenever you have this mark in the scenario, which means it's not being run, you can run it. Okay, so we're gonna run the program. I'm gonna select all 3 of them just to run them in one go rather than to running all 3. Okay, so we're gonna run here, select scenarios to run, and save change to the project, of course, and it is .pen. So we run the scenarios as you will see now. So you have repetition till 10, and then this one goes till 10, and this mark it mean like it's running right now. This one it runs a flag, so the little it mean it run all of them. So we have the net profit for all three of them, and it's obvious. You'd see by increasing the number of people working the ticket taker, the net profit of the system will decrease. However, the number leaving the food line will remain the same. So this does not affect the food line at all, because the ticket affects the number of tickets, the one we have. Okay, so in order to display the result, we right click anywhere and we insert chart to display the result. So you select the chart you want, the nicest one you want. Well, in my case I like this one the most. So here you have as a source data, you either have net profit or number leaving the food line. So we're gonna select both of them. Okay, so the y-axis will be repetition, the x-axis will be the value. So the y-axis will be repetition, the x-axis will be the value, or we could split, change those values other way around. So this one is value, this one is rep, the horizontal. So we're gonna see here, you could change the line width. This is the thing of the, and we're gonna save close just to see how the result would look like. Okay, so we did it here, and it was a bad idea to place both of them on the same chart because there is a huge difference in the values. But the blue is the net profit, green the number leaving the food line. So you would see here the values. As we said, the repetition is the x-axis and y-axis are the values we've got. Okay, so those are the values and you would see here in the system. Okay, so if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask.